Problem 11. After school, Maya and Naomi headed to the beach, 6 miles away. Maya decided to bike while Naomi took the bus. The graph below shows their journeys indicating the time and distance traveled. What is the difference in miles per hour between Naomi's and Maya's average speeds? So first of all, we must understand how to calculate average speeds. How do we do that? Well, by definition, the average speed, right, if I represent it in terms of v, will be equal to the distance traveled divided by the time traveled to get to this amount of distance. So with this definition in mind, we can solve this question. Notice that these lines are very squiggly, but at the very end, they correlate to a roughly linear shape. So let's just approximate it with a linear line, like so. And from these linear lines, we can therefore calculate the amount of distance and time traveled. So this line right here, what is the distance traveled? Well, the distance traveled is just the first starting point to the end point. What is that amount of distance? Well, that distance is 6 miles, right? So therefore, that's for Maya, that'd be 6 miles all over how much time? Well, what is the x-axis difference for the starting to the end? Well, that's just equal to 30 minutes. So we have 30 minutes right here. And we simplify this into 1 mile per 5 minutes. Problem here is that we want this in terms of miles per hour. Always notice units. That's why I always write units. When you write units, you make yourself very organized, and you can calculate it and convert it to different units as necessary. In this case, we need it to be in terms of miles per hour. So for every 60 minutes, we have 1 hour. From this conversion factor, the minutes and minutes gets canceled. The 5 and 6, 60 gets simplified into 12. So in other words, this is equal to 12 miles per hour. Now with this, we can solve for Naomi's. For Naomi's, the same thing. She traveled 6 miles as well. But the x-axis difference is from 0 to 10. So she traveled 10 minutes. But again, this is in miles per minute. We want it to be miles per hour. So this is equal to 1 hour per 60 minutes. And therefore, the 10 minutes and the 60 gets simplified to 6. And this becomes 36 miles per hour. Now, what is the difference between Naomi's average speed and Maya's average speed? Well, that's just the difference of 36 and 12, which is equal to 24, bringing you to answer choice E.